Hey, my name is Brian. For those who are new here, I'm a Kenyan Techie based in Berlin, Germany. And basically today, what I'll be doing is to look into an article that was written in 2021, talking about best tech companies in Berlin. And I want to see if it holds true because, again, there have been some massive tech layoffs in some companies, right? Uh, but tech layoffs they also don't necessarily mean that the company is dying. Maybe some restructuring and things like that. But yeah, let's come straight to the article. Sharing the screen. Okay, so as you can see, it was written in 2nd October 2021. Um, so the author of this article is called Kevin Peters, right? You can see from the URL. And he has been in Berlin over 4 years by the time he was here, by the time he was writing the article. And so his advice is someone is interested in doing both front end and back end and handling everything, it will be good to join these 4 startups. So Pitch, Monfair, Shakely and Rose. And then there's some medium startups that were really scaling up last year by the time of this article was written. So CoachUp, Gorillas, and Trade Republic. But noticeably, Trade Republic and Gorillas have had some layoffs, right? So you need to be careful with these companies. But also the thing is, layoffs doesn't mean that the company will not be expanding. It's usually mostly maybe to restructure, and then they can grow again and start hiring after restructuring. So the thing is, like even for company like Gorillas, it was operating in a quick commerce domain, or that's the area that it is operating in, and there are over 15 companies in that area, right? Now there are about 3, so it's about who will dominate, and then the company possibly should be making profit later from that, right? So if you are really interested in massive competition, compensation, sorry for that, there's usually need to join top tech companies, right? That probably everyone has heard the name, and definitely for how he has ranked it for tier 1 here is that the companies that pay with the highest salary, including stocks, right, and also maybe bonuses. You will notice that most of the companies are usually American companies because they have a business model that captures has got a huge client base and makes a lot of money, so they can pay highly. And that's from Microsoft, GitHub, Airbnb. SAP is a German company. Wayfair, Amazon, Datadog, Snowflake, Shopify, HubSpot, Spotify, DigitalOcean. Again, by this time, I think Twitter was not hiring remotely by then, but right now it does. And also Facebook or Meta is hiring remotely in Germany and Berlin at large. Again, there is usually Apple has got some office in Berlin, but it's not that big. I think it's mostly usually geospatial stuff, some bits of it, but yeah, rarely do they advertise position. If I'm not wrong, but yeah, we can always cross-check that later. Then the tier 2 also offers good salaries, but without huge stocks. Maybe there might be some stock option or not really there, so it depends. But these are Revolut, eBay, and 26, Elastic, definitely. SoundCloud, SoundCloud really still there, not sure. Delivery Hero, Zalando, Karim was acquired by Uber. I think it was acquired by Uber actually when I was in Dubai, because it really has a huge market share in Dubai. Get Your Guide, Klarna. Klarna is actually where the author is based in, but it has also really done some layoffs. Again, it might be restructuring, it might be they're not making so much profit, but yeah, it depends. Yeah. Here Technologies, HelloFresh, Omeo, Contentful, Checkout.com, and AutoOne. So the thing is, Berlin has got really lots of companies, especially startups. And these are not all the companies that are in Berlin. So you usually need to do a research even before going to medium startups. For example, there are usually companies that are a innovation lab started by other major companies. So let me say, for example, Daimler or Mercedes-Benz, they've got innovation lab, right? In Berlin, Volkswagen Group has got various innovation labs. They're calling it in a different name. For example, there's Carrier, there's Moya, there's that one that I'm forgetting. I think it's just Volkswagen Lab, right? So, for example, another one is like DLS Group, which is like a parcel delivery company, which is part of Royal Mail entity. And for example, I'm working at a subsidiary of it right now, like an innovation lab. But then again, the innovation lab is being given independence to also build their stuff for independently, right? So that's a good thing. So you will can also notice like, yeah, the startups or which are necessarily backed up by the companies that depend on the product that they want to build, that they want the startups to build. I think I'm making sense, right? So there's medium startups here, and then there's, I'll share the details, but then again here you can see Gorillas was ranked as startup, as a medium startup, and it was doing layoffs. It did layoffs recently, and also there's the Trade Republic, it did layoffs, right? So basically that's it. So if you notice is that, yeah, the big, most of the big companies are American companies. And if you want, if you're not in Berlin, this is just an add-on. If you want to go to places like south of Germany, Munich, and Stuttgart, the likes, we will also have additional companies like the car manufacturers, if you like, the car industry from BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, and the likes, right? Also, Google is in Munich, but also again, Google is now hiring um, in Berlin, but mostly for some research roles. I think that's what I have seen so far. Yeah, the best bet is always to check out LinkedIn. So again, if you are really not in Germany, I think these are the companies that can kind of easily have the capability to sponsor visas. But then again, there's more companies that can sponsor visa. Usually need to check the requirements. But then again, it's usually not easy to compete when you're outside Germany or EU, but then it's usually possible. Just if someone is outside the EU and you want to give yourself a try, just try your best. If you believe you've got a good profile, and you can never know, you can go through the interview process, which you can cover in another video, because they're usually different kinds of interview processes by the various companies. And also the salary details, you can always look about the salaries in another video, so that you can get an overview, because in the end, maybe if you're just interested in salaries, your country might be better than what you get in Germany. Yeah. Yeah, that's it then. I can stop sharing, and ciao. Have a nice time. Bye.